Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Have you ever had a time in your life when you feel like, wow, just nobody's there for me? Like maybe you're hurting from something that happened in your life and you just feel like no one is giving you the support that you need. Maybe you accomplished some wonderful thing and instead of praising you, people just don't respond in the way that you think that they should. Or maybe you shared your hopes and dreams with someone and they weren't supportive. Well, this video is about showing up for yourself. And even when nobody else does, you've got to show up for yourself. And if you're new here, my name's Holly. I'm 65 years old, and I totally changed my life when I was 60 by changing my mindset. And if you'd like to learn more about that, my new book is out, The Bliss Tribe, and you can get that by clicking in the link below. Or I have a totally free guidebook, and that guidebook is called Creating a Joyful Life, and you can also get that by clicking on the link in the description. So, like I said, maybe you feel like you just aren't being supported by the people around you, or that maybe you just feel like you're just not showing up for yourself. Like, the reason I decided to do this video is because I realized a couple months ago, after going on vacation to Key West, then spending time in New York City, then spending time in the Adirondacks at my son's house, that I was not showing up for myself. And I vowed a couple months ago that I would start showing up for myself. And the reason I say I was not showing up for myself is because, like, I'll go on vacation and not exercise. I don't eat healthy. I fall into bad habits of watching TV because, like, we rented an Airbnb with other family members, and the news is on, and I start watching that, and I just it's bad. I just completely don't do any of the things that I do daily at home. Like maybe I'll meditate a couple times. And I don't ever do EFT when I'm on vacation. And these are things that are very, very important to keeping my positive mindset. So a couple months ago, I vowed to myself, I will show up for myself. I will do the things that I know to do that keep my mind in a positive place. I mean, one thing you've got to remember as far as other people not showing up for you is other people have their own lives. Maybe they have their own problems that they're dealing with and they're distracted. Maybe they don't have the emotional capacity to, be supportive. And I think a lot of men in our age group, were raised to, suck it up and never cry and not really show their emotions. So I do think that that can play be a factor in men not being able to be as supportive of their wives as, their wives might think they should be. But like I said, there can be many reasons why the person in your life or people in your life aren't as supportive as you think. Or, I mean, the hard truth is that sometimes the people that we think should love us honestly don't. And I had to accept that with my mother. But that's an important thing as far as moving forward with your life and understanding that people that treat you like that, maybe people that deliberately try to undermine your hopes and dreams, that maybe they don't love you, and that's not what love is. And what we've got to understand is that the most important person that needs to show up for you is yourself. And when you stop looking outside yourself, like I did a video, my last video was about no one saved me, because there's times in our lives sometimes when we think that maybe somebody will come along and save us. And a turning point for me was in realizing that no one was going to do that. But it's the same thing as far as showing up for yourself. Like, no one's going to do your exercise routine. No one's going to eat healthy for you. No one's going to do your meditation and EFT and gratitude list and all those things that I teach on here that are so important to starting down that path of thinking more positively and attracting more positivity and joy into your life. So, like I said, don't look outside yourself for validation. I've said that so many times. And try not to always look outside yourself for support. You can be supportive to yourself. You can talk kindly to yourself. You can talk lovingly to yourself. Even if you've got to do it in the mirror, tell yourself, I love you, Holly. You matter. I hear you. If you've got to say that with your own name to the mirror every day, then do that. Because it's just so important to understand that your power is within. And the more you start to show up for yourself every day, the more you do those things that create a more positive mindset, then you will start to see a real shift in your life. And you will start to attract more people into your life that give you, more support and more love. And the people around you that have been in your life for a long time will start to treat you differently. Believe me when I say this is true, because it has happened to me since I've gone through this process. So what else does showing up for yourself mean? It can mean things like setting boundaries with negative people in your life. It can mean choosing peace over a stressful conversation. It can mean saying no to being dragged into a political conversation. It can be turning off the news, turning off the TV, turning off your phone, going for a walk. Choosing peace instead of drama. And remember that it's not selfish to do this. Look at it as being sacred, that I will not abandon myself again, that I will always show up for myself and do what's best for me, not always doing what's best for other people in my life, but doing what's best for me. And if that means setting boundaries with negative people that might be family, then that's what you've got to do. I've done it. I understand. So remember that even when nobody's clapping for you, even when no one's supporting you, maybe in your grief, that you are planting the seeds for the rest of your life, and that your healing is important, that your hopes and dreams are important, and that working on those things matter. And it might not seem like they matter to the people around you, but it is important to you. I mean, let's face it, sometimes, some days are just bad. You feel forgotten, you feel unloved, you don't feel supported, but it's important to know that every day you're planting seeds for your future. And what are those seeds going to consist of? Are they going to be planting seeds of positivity and more joy in your life by doing the things even when you're feeling down, like gratitude lists, EFT, meditation, getting out in nature? Remember that these things are planting seeds for your future and for having a more positive future. And when you have a day when you don't show up for yourself and you don't, exercise, you don't eat healthy, you don't do any of your daily rituals, then you are not planting those seeds for your, positive future self. And even though today might be a bad day, it will still make you feel better if you just tell yourself, I'm just doing it. But even when things feel really bad, or even if you're on vacation and you're having a good time, but you're still not showing up for yourself, you've just kind of got to give yourself that extra nudge and tell yourself, I'm going to do it. No matter what, I am going to eat healthy. I am going to exercise. I am going to realize that having a peaceful mindset is important. I'm not going to watch news and get involved in political conversations with other people when I'm on vacation. So it's just important to realize that you've still got to show up for yourself, even on bad days, even on days when you're having too much fun to show up for yourself. It's just important to do these things because, like I said, you're planting the seeds for your future, and you want that future to be, full of positive things and to attract more positive things into your life. So I just want to go over 5 little things that you can do every day to show up for yourself. Number 1 would be speak kindly to yourself. Instead of saying things like, oh, I'm a failure, oh, I'm not smart enough to do that, say, I am learning and growing. And every day I'm learning new things and working on myself. Number 2 would be create a daily check-in, even if you have to write it down. What do I need right now? What do I want to do today? Am I doing the things that I want to do today, or am I doing things that other people want me to do? Because you at least need to spend part of your day on your needs and your wants. Number 3 would be move your body. And I would also put in here, stick to a healthy diet, because nothing makes me feel crappier than just eating crap and knowing at the end of the day, wow, I really didn't show up for myself. But move your body, get outside, get a walk in, and even if you do a simple stretching routine in your living room, do something that moves your body. If you can't get out of a chair, try doing chair yoga. Do something that involves moving your body vigorously, because it's so important to having a positive mindset. Number 4, like I talked about, protect your energy. Put up boundaries with negative people. Give them as little time as you possibly can. And when you are around them, try to tune them out, and in your mind, think of positive things. Number 5 would be celebrate your own wins. Stop, because nothing can ruin an achievement in life more than looking outside yourself for other people to respond to it the way that you want them to. Celebrate your own wins. Break open that bottle of champagne if you have to, but know that you've got to toast yourself, and that the most important person that you've got to impress in your life is yourself. And it really is true. I mean, if you're feeling bad about yourself, then it's hard to have a happy life. But if you feel confident and proud of your own achievements, then that's really a big plus and a big factor in having a more positive mindset on a daily basis. I think the most important thing that I teach on my channel is that you're enough, and to show people that you are enough. Like, you don't need saved by someone else. You don't need validated by someone else. That you showing up for yourself every day is really all you need in life. Sure, it's great if you've got a wonderful, supportive person in your life, but ultimately, we are all here alone. I have been through times in my life of horrible grief, like when my dad died in a car accident. And I was in a relationship at that time, but you know what? That relationship didn't help me get through that really at all. It was such a personal grief that only I could get myself through that. And I just think that that's probably, like I said, the most important thing that I want to teach here is that you are enough to get yourself through this life. And you can have a happy and joyful life just based on what you have. That you are enough, and that the power that you have comes from within. And the sooner that you start to look within for that power and stop looking outside you to, like I said, for validation or your self-worth, then the sooner you will move on to having the happy and fulfilling life that you truly want. So I hope this video was helpful. I do have, like I said, my ebook, The Bliss Tribe, listed below in the description, and that is basically a 4-week plan to do exactly what I did to change your life. I also have an ebook, Breaking Free, which is about narcissistic parents. And then I have another ebook, Becoming You Again, which is a senior's guide to creating a joyful life. So I will see you in my next video, and I hope you're having a really great Memorial Day weekend if you live here in the United States. And if you live elsewhere, I hope you're having a great weekend there too. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.